It's week 4 of the 2023 season.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is, because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we got this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well.
First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
That's good for the Lions.
Swift going to try up the middle.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
They'll try and run here with Swift.
Able to slither by.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 catches, 67 yards.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
Got his man. It's Williams. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 12-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Back to the running game with Swift.
They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit.
DeAndre Swift.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Lions get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
And they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. Whatever they said appears to have worked.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw going into the hands of Williams.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 25 carries, 5 yards past 100, and a touchdown.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff, because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
Eckler going to get it again on second down.
And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
From the 50, here's Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 31-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
Look at their offense. They think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
The Chargers had 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. Oh, that'll be incomplete. And he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Here's Herbert.
That's into the hands of Eckler.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 13-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Now it's Herbert.
Quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Herbert. Be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. Charger football to start quarter number 2. And the first play will be a field goal try. A 33-yarder from the left hash. Hopkins' kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
So here are the Lions to take over. They've got the lead right now here, trying to erase the memory of the loss last week to the Raiders. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
It'll be a 41-yard punt, give them 5 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
The offense heading back. Take a closer look at Austin Ekeler.
First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as the season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. He finds his target, Allen. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Herbert will give this one to Ekeler.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
47 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll try the right side with Ekeler. And he's in for a Charger touchdown.
Austin Ekeler.
He has career touchdown number 78, tying him with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list.
And the Chargers have taken the lead.
Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it's Austin Ekeler who finishes things off with a touchdown run.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
Once again, it's Swift.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
They will run straight ahead with Swift.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
You don't see that a ton, do you, with the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle?
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees at the ball.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Joey Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. .35 yards that time on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Austin Eckler and the Charger offense reclaim center stage.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I have no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
We remind you in just a couple of minutes we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. And Herbert able to get this one to Eckler out of the backfield. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. That is caught. It's Williams. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Here's Herbert. Got a man. It's Allen for the Charger touchdown. 8 yards on the touchdown pass.
And the Chargers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. A drive that time of 6 plays.
And it was Keenan Allen who finished it all off with the touchdown reception.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Lions now taking over late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores.
He'll find Williams on the slant. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. On play action, they'll throw. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
They tried the throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Play action. It's Herbert. Incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So we have reached halftime intermission with the visiting Chargers on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as we say goodbye to September and take a look around the NFL here on this first day of October. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. And it's the Chiefs who are out in front as they move towards halftime. Patrick Mahomes killing it. 3 touchdown passes. We'll stay in the AFC South as we make the trip to Houston to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting Jags who are out in front. Zach Pascal, a touchdown reception. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last. We head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And they trail the visiting LA Rams as that one's gone to the intermission. The Rams locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Chargers. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the 3rd and 4th quarters. Meanwhile, for the Lions, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Final adjustments being made in both locker rooms. They are just about set to get back to football in Detroit. And for the call of the second half, we'll kick it back up to Ford Field and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
So here are the Chargers to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Eckler to begin the drive.
And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on 1st down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that's also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And that is incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Landry now on the return. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Lions will take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense him saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Now a throw here, hauled in. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This is taken at the 18. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And they will take over 1st and 10. And the LA offense ready for this next possession.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain. And a little spin cycle. Room to run now. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Eckler now between the tackles. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
First down, and they stick with Eckler.
And he'll take this down to the 33.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 13-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
That's another beautiful throw right there. It gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. That time a 6-play drive.
And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Detroit's offense ready to take over. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. They'll set up to throw.
That pass caught. It's Williams.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again.
That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Lions are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
Extra point up and good by Suckup. And the lead down to 10, 24-14.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score.
Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. Back now at Ford Field. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the 4th quarter. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. It's Eckler again. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, He's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
David Onyemata there on the tackle. They'll try the air now with Herbert. He'll get this to Eckler. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame him?
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Up the middle with Eckler. They find some open field here.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 118 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on the offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling, and this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. All you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, break it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
This offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Once more, here's Eckler. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Here's Kelly on 4th down. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. So now the Lions down by 10. The time, a huge factor. Now the 4th down stop, the first of a series of events that will need to break their way. But bottom line, they're still alive. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
He's going to get that to Swift underneath.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18.
Pass complete. It's Hockenson.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. First down now, but that clock rolling. Flush to his right. this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bulling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. And this is going to be taken in by the Chargers, and it appears they're going to win this football game. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Herbert to a knee, and that should just about write it into this one. So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.